Hey guys, welcome back to Music Evolve. Today we're going to be continuing with another How to Play series. This time we're going to be doing the Halloween theme, or Michael Myers theme from Halloween. So we're going to start with the melody guitars, which is basically the main thing you remember from the Halloween theme, or Michael Myers theme. This starts with F sharp and C sharp in eighth notes in a 10/8 time signature. And if you don't know too much about time signatures, I'll make another video on that as well. But for now, just think about the top number is telling you how many beats are in a measure, and the bottom number is telling you what kind of note gets the beat. What beat value is the beat that we're counting. So if the bottom number is a 4, we're counting quarters. If the bottom number is an eighth, we're counting eighths. And then the top number is telling you how many quarters or eighths to count. So in this context, we're in 10/8, so we're counting 10 eighth notes a measure. And lucky for us, this melody is built straight out of eighth notes. So the notes in this 10/8 measure are C sharp and F sharp. So F sharp down low here, and then C sharp up here, which is a perfect fifth away. We phrase it in groups of 3 and then 2s. So it's actually phrased like this: 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then the next part is 2 2s. So 2 3s, 2 times 3 is 6, and then 2 times 2 is 4. So it's really like a phrase of 6 eighth notes and then 4 eighth notes. 6 plus 4 is 10, and that's how we get our 10/8. I know this is a lot of math, but hopefully this basic of a level is not too much to befuddle all you guys out there. Anyhow, let's continue. So 3, 1, 2, 3, and the next group of 2s would be the same C sharp to F sharp, and then now D back to F sharp. So it's those are those 4 notes. So back to back they would sound like this. One, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. And that's basically the melody that consists through the whole song. It'll just keep modulating down, it'll just keep moving down the guitar, and I'll show you what that looks like. And then it moves back up. Keeps going down. Keeps going down. Back up a half step. Back down the half step. Now that's basically 2/3 of what the song does. There's one more phrase which jumps a little bit further down the guitar as opposed to those little half-step movements that I was doing. Now this one kind of jumps a little bit down to B and F sharp. So open B and F sharp. And as you noticed earlier, those other phrases were broken up into sections of 2 measures. So you would have, and then you'd repeat it, and then you'd move down the half step. And then back up, and you do all of that again, and move back down and do it all again. And then this time, after those repeating both of those, then you move down and do the same thing again, where you do that one twice, and then move down a half step and do that one twice again, and then repeating both of those, and then going back down. Now we get down to here. But this time it doesn't move by half step, it just stays in this spot. For this, if you want to consider it a 3rd section, it just stays there. So that's basically it, consisting of what the melody guitar does. What I did is I took that theme and I took certain notes that I like to hear with it, whether if I wanted to build those intervals into some kind of chord or whatnot. To make it sound a little more musical, as opposed to just, you know, the bare minimum what the theme is. I wanted to kind of make an arrangement out of it, which I did. So what I did is in this part right here where it's F sharp and B, I flipped it, the interval, where I get the B up here and that same F sharp here. So basically I just flipped the interval from a fifth to a fourth. And if you don't know what intervals are with fifths and fourths, that's okay. Basically for now you just know that instead of going from B to F sharp, it's F sharp to B. And maybe I'll make a video on intervals as well. Anyhow, so I took that, which is a fourth, and then I put the E below the F sharp, which creates an E sus2 chord. I think it's very pretty. Anyhow, so I have that, and I keep the phrasing like it was earlier, where it's 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2. So I go 1 2 3 1 2 3, and now I make a little bit of a movement here. I put my other finger down so that that F sharp now goes up to a G to create a normal E minor chord, E minor triad. And I think that creates kind of an urgency, which definitely fits the music and the theme and the mood that the theme creates, but just a little bit of an extrapolation of it, just a little bit of a variation of that. One more time, it's an E sus2, and then just a regular E minor, so I'm just raising that 2, that sus2, up to a minor third. So E sus2, E minor. And you can do it either way. I actually do it to where I do 1 2 3 1 2 3, and I still maintain the E sus2 on the first part of those 4 eighth notes. So it'll go 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2, and on the last two is actually when I do utilize that E minor chord. So 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2. Anyhow, so after we do all that, it actually goes back to the beginning of the entire piece and repeats pretty much verbatim. So if you do it one time successfully through, you know the entire song, because all it does is repeats everything. It repeats all the measures of rest. It repeats all the half-step, movements, modulations, all the way down to the end. The only thing I add at the very end is just, one beat of a final chord. So right after those little chords I added to it, I actually end on a B minor chord, which is actually in an inversion, which is B at the top, F sharp, D, which is first inversion. And that's the melody guitar part. Stay tuned for the lower and other auxiliary guitar parts.